So Pokemon Horizons is in a kinda weird place right now. Not bad, just weird. I still really love Horizons, I love the characters, the world building, I love talking about it on my channel, but lately things just feel a little off to me, you know? Right now it's not grabbing me or hitting me in the same way that it usually does. It's not necessarily disappointing me or frustrating me, but I'm also just not feeling as confident in it as I usually am. It feels like I'm just waiting around for the show to remind me why I fell in love with it in the first place, and I think that's for quite a few reasons. So I just want to ramble about all of it right now in this video. First of all, the end of the Mega Voltage arc. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make a review video for the final episode of the arc because I went on vacation and then I broke my toe, then I got sick. Yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. So I never really got to share with you all how I felt about the arc finale. On paper, the episode should have been huge. It had everything going for it. Rising tension, a big battle, high stakes, and while I did really enjoy some of the battle animation and battle moments and battle strategies, and I did also really enjoy Uruto's role in the episode, sadly outside of those things, a lot of the episode just didn't really work for me in the way I wanted it to. Let me explain some of the issues I had with it now. Firstly, Spinel is one of my favourite villains of all time. He's so menacing and intelligent and capable and scary, but I have to admit the arc ending with another scene of Spinel popping up ominously, saying something vague and cryptic like, "and now the next stage begins," just to disappear again immediately after. I'm just getting a bit bored of it, man. Spinel has all of the attributes to be an incredible villain, but it's just starting to feel like the writers don't know what to do with him. We've barely delved into his character or his motivations, and there's so much interesting stuff they could be doing with him, but instead it feels like his character has just been diminished into someone who pops up at the end of every few episodes, says something vaguely ominous about the future, and then just dips out again until the next time. It's feeling too empty and repetitive, you know? On top of that, after a whole arc of our heroes reuniting and reforming the Rising Voltaclers and rising up again, this episode made it feel like they just didn't really achieve or accomplish anything at all. They didn't get back the 6 heroes, they didn't learn anything new, they didn't get any stronger, and then the only noteworthy thing in the episode, Amethio reuniting with his grandfather's Zygarde, for some reason that happened off screen, and then Zygarde was defeated by Coral's Glalie, bruh. I can't wrap my head around the thought process behind those things. I don't know, man, it just felt underwhelming. It felt like the climax of the arc didn't really offer anything except for our heroes failing miserably, and we already got that in a way better form just before the time skip. So did we really need it again here now? And while I do like that Amethio's dad joined the good guys now, I don't really love how it happened. Amethio's dad was like, "No, I can't help, the whole system is against me, Spinel controls everything," and then Amethio basically just said, "No, you will help." And then suddenly his dad did a total 180 in the span of 20 seconds and was like, "Actually, yeah, I'm so excited to help." I think it felt too rushed. It would have been way more effective if Amethio's dad, after witnessing Amethio and our heroes battling for their lives, and after witnessing the horrors of the Strong Spheres, if he made the decision himself to want to help. I think it should have been Amethio's dad's decision, and then Amethio would have witnessed his dad being proactive and taking a stand, finally growing a backbone, something that he always failed to do during Amethio's childhood, and Amethio would have been so surprised and proud of his father. That could have been the thing to bring them together. But instead it kind of just felt like a rushed and less better written version of what we already got with Murdoch, Orla and Amethio, how they rejoined our heroes. So yeah, for me, the climax of the Mega Voltage arc just felt like a bit of a nothing burger, you know? And getting that, then immediately followed by no episodes for 3 weeks? That's just left me feeling really weird. It kind of feels like we're just floating here, not really sure what to make of anything. And then at the end of this long break, we're getting the flashback arc about Roy, his Lucario and Uruto. On one hand, I've been begging for Lucario focus for so long, dude. He desperately needs a backstory and a personality, so giving Lucario a whole mini arc could be dope. I really hope it fixes the problems with his character. I hope it makes me like him and appreciate him more, you know? But the thing is, the excitement I'm feeling for this arc right now is kind of muted, and that's because so much of it has already been revealed. Between the trailers, the magazine previews, the episode descriptions, it feels like we kind of already know what's gonna happen. We already know how Roy and Uruto meet each other, what they do in Lumio City, how they meet Lucario, what Lucario's backstory is, who his trainer was. It feels like a lot of that has already been revealed, so unless they're hiding something truly crazy and unexpected, I'm just a little concerned that this arc isn't gonna fix the problems that many of us have. love, because it looks pretty predictable and cookie cutter, you know? Maybe if we got it half a year ago it would have been fine, but the timing just really is not good whatsoever after an underwhelming arc climax and then a long break with no episodes. So yeah, coming off the back of those and then going right into a flashback arc, I just really hope it's executed well because I am worried. And then after the Lucario arc, we're diving right into another school training arc. Now don't get me wrong, I am really excited for the training arc. It's gonna be great seeing our heroes develop and train and evolve their Pokemon and meet the game characters. I love the Blueberry Academy, but in the back of my mind I can't stop comparing it to how we already got a school training arc just a year ago. I'm worried that it could feel a little bit repetitive doing that again, and seeing our heroes go back to smaller no-stakes training battles after 2 whole arcs of huge grave life or death battles to help save the world, that might feel like a major tonal whiplash. We're getting closer to the end of Pokémon Horizons, so the pacing and the escalation really needs to keep ramping up. So everything's slowing right down to a school training arc right now. I'm worried that could really mess up any momentum that the show has been building up. So yeah, overall, it's kind of a strange time to be a Pokémon Horizons fan. It's still a fantastic show and I love it with my whole heart, but for me, I feel like I'm witnessing the show struggling to find its rhythm again, between an underwhelming arc finale to a 3-week break just to return on a possibly generic backstory arc, and then heading into another school training arc. I'm just not feeling the excitement that I normally do for this show. Although to be fair, maybe being sick and breaking my toe is just making me more grouchy than normal. That's also a possibility, but I think it's probably a mix of all of the above. Regardless, I'm still going to try and stay optimistic and positive, because Horizons has proven time and time again that it's one of the greatest Pokemon animes ever made, so if it needs a couple of months to find its momentum again, then you better believe I'm going to be patient. Maybe this weird phase is just the calm before the storm of something amazing. Obviously, I just want to make it crystal clear that this was not a hate video against Pokémon Horizons. I know it was definitely more critical than I normally am towards this show, but I really do love this show, even with all of these things whirling around my mind. You guys know that I'm always going to tell you how I'm honestly feeling, whether it's positive or negative. And don't worry, I'll still be here yapping about Pokémon Horizons every week without fail. Apart from the past 2 weeks, which I did fail on. But anyway, so let me know your thoughts on the state of Horizons below. Do you agree or disagree with any of my rambles? Do any of you feel a similar way right now? Or is it just me? Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thank you so much to all of my incredible channel members like Fizz, Toten, Shiny, Jascadia, Not Mini, Hope, Bonnie, Melissa, Shareborn, Ramondis, Pokesan. You guys are legends. And yeah, on that note, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again!